Okay, my video review this week, my video this week is going to be a movie review of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So I'll start it off by saying that initially I actually didn't even want to see the movie. I saw the commercials. I never saw the official trailer, but I saw the commercials on TV, and I was just kind of like meh about it. Like, it didn't really do anything for me. But Eddie really wanted to go. And he agreed to see Eclipse with me. He did not want to see Eclipse at all. So I was like, obviously it's only fair that I see Scott Pilgrim with him. So we went to see it yesterday, and we both absolutely loved it. So I'll just first set up the plot of the movie for you. It's about Scott Pilgrim, who's played by Michael Cera. He's a 22-year-old guy who's in a band with his friends called Sex Bob-omb, and he's dating, so at the beginning of the movie when we're introduced to him, he's dating a 17-year-old girl who goes to Catholic high school whose name is Knives Chow, and yes, the character's actual name is Knives. So it's heavily implied in the movie that he's only dating her because he had a really messy breakup with his ex-girlfriend, Envy, and that he doesn't want to get into anything serious. So, like, him and Knives do have stuff in common. Like, they both like video games, and in the movie, like, you see them going to arcades together and, like, playing games, but, you know, beyond that, like, you know, you can tell, like, at least in the beginning, that he doesn't have any serious feelings about her. So then Scott has a dream about this girl, Ramona. So we see Ramona in the dream, and, like, you know, she's, like, this girl, she looks pretty cool, she's got, like, purple hair and stuff, right? And then Scott ends up meeting her for real. I think he meets her the next day at a party, and he's just totally, like, smitten by her. He's like, oh my god, like, I have to go out with her, I have to date her, I have to, like, get to know her and all this other stuff. So, he finds out the company that Ramona works for. So he goes on the company's website and he orders something just so Ramona can drop it off at his apartment. I will mention here that Scott lives with his gay best friend, who's played by Kieran Culkin. Kieran was amazing in this movie. Like, he stole every single scene he was in. He was so funny. So, like, I'm officially a Kieran Culkin fan now after seeing Scott Pilgrim. So anyway, so Ramona drops it off, and it's this really funny scene where Scott basically gets Ramona to agree to go on a date with him. So they go on the date, and slowly, like, Ramona actually starts to like him. And then Scott finds out that in order to be able to actually date Ramona, that he's got to defeat her exes, her evil exes. And if I remember correctly, it's 7 ex-boyfriends and 1 ex-girlfriend. I'm pretty sure, right? So that's kind of the plot of the movie. So then you see him, like, meeting her exes and having to, like, defeat them in battles and stuff like that. So now I'm going to get into, like, what makes the movie so different and why I love it so much. There's a lot of video game references in the movie. So there's a lot of references, there's a lot of jokes. But what makes the movie so different is that there's actual, like, visual references in the film. So, like, when you see him fighting the exes and he defeats them, they actually, like, explode into coins like you put into, like, arcade games. Or, like, when he's fighting them, like, you'll see, like, Scott's, like, stats scrolling across the screen, like, his, like, hit points, or, like, when he defeats them, he levels up, like, it's stuff like that. Like, I thought that was really different. Like, I've never really seen that in a movie before. So that's one thing, you know. I kind of forgot what I was going to say. Also, the editing in the movie is really innovative. It's really quick cuts. And an example of the editing, you know, for instance, like, there'll be a scene where Scott's just, like, you know, talking to his friends. He'll walk through a door, and you're already immediately in another scene. So that's kind of, like, the editing style of something I hadn't really seen in another movie before. The director of Scott Pilgrim, he also, I can't remember his name, but he also directed Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. So he's kind of known for doing these movies that are, like, genre-busting films, or, like, that combine a lot of different genres together. That's also what I liked about Scott Pilgrim. It's a bunch of different genres, like, wrapped into one film. Like, it's a romance movie, it's a humor movie, like, it's an action movie, like, it's sort of like all these different genres that are combined, and, like, I really thought it worked. Like, I liked the bittersweet romance. That was the main story that was between Ramona and Scott. You know, I love the video game references. You know, like, they were sort of geeky, like, I just liked them. I liked the quirky, like, offbeat humor. I liked the action scenes where Scott was fighting the exes. Like, I thought the movie just really worked. And I also, like, I really respect the movie because it's different. Like, it was risky. Like, it took a chance. Like, I feel like there aren't enough movies like that come out in Hollywood. Like, most movies nowadays are either sequels or they're remakes. They're rehashes of movies that came out in a past generation. They're movies that are based on books or based on TV series. Like, I don't see a lot of movies that are innovative or different or that are actually offering, like, a fresh take on things. Like, so I really think this is a movie that deserves to be seen, you know, because I want more movies to be made like this. So I was pretty depressed when I went online this morning and I saw that Scott Pilgrim only made $11 million and that it actually came in 5th place. I know Expendables is #1, but I can't believe that crappy-ass Julia Roberts movie, Eat, Pray, Love, made more than Scott Pilgrim. That actually seriously depresses me. Eat, Pray, Love is actually based on a book, and I'm on a site called Goodreads about books where you can review books and stuff, and just the books just sound stupid as hell. Like, even reading people's reviews were just like, yeah, it sucked. So I can't imagine the movie's any different. I knew it's a chick flick, and that women will always sort of, like, flock into those movies, but still, it's just kind of like, oh my god, like, what the hell, America? You know what I mean? So anyway, even though Scott Pilgrim didn't make as much as I hoped it will, I'm pretty sure it's going to become a cult classic. Almost like Firefly. Like, it'll be one of those movies that even though it might not perform financially well at the box office, I really think the DVD sales are going to be through the roof, and that it's going to develop its own cult following. And, like, I'd be happy with that. So, I haven't read the graphic novels. The movie's actually based on comic books. There's 6 of them. I can't remember the author's name, but I'm actually planning on just buying the bundle of all 6 of the graphic novels together. I think it's only like $48.99 on Amazon, so I really want to read them. Like, I want to see how it compares to the movie and kind of, like, which one I like better. Just being on the IMDb boards for Scott Pilgrim this morning, I was just sort of, like, reading through the threads, and, like, there's already one change that I don't like, where they changed it from the graphic novel to the movie. I actually think it was a lot better than the graphic novel, but I want to see it for myself, you know? So, the ending of the movie, which I'm obviously not going to spoil for you, I'm actually hoping that at least one person sees this video and decides to see Scott Pilgrim and give it a chance. I really think it's a movie that deserves to be seen, but I will say that I liked the ending. I thought it was good. People seem to be split 50-50 on the IMDb Scott Pilgrim message board, but I liked it. That's all I can really say because I don't want to spoil people that haven't seen the movie. I also want to mention Michael Cera. When I was on the IMDb message board this morning, I was really shocked at how much hatred there was for Michael Cera. Like, there are so many people that, like, really hate him and are, like, angry about it. And it seems like the #1 reason that was given for that was that, oh, he plays the same character in every movie, and that character is exactly like the character that he played in Arrested Development. And it's just, like, really, like, there's a lot of actors you can say that about. You know what I mean? A lot of actors play the same roles again and again. Like, you can't tell me that Will Ferrell has not played the exact same character in every single movie, and, like, I don't see that as many people hating Will Ferrell as I saw hating Michael Cera. So to me, it's just like, whatever. I love Michael Cera. I think he's adorable, and he's dorky and relatable, and I think he's real. Like, he's down to earth. Like, he reminds me of people I know in real life. He reminds me of my friends. He's not this, like, Hollywood actor with a perfect physique who's, like, Brad Pitt-esque. He's just, like, a real person. Like, I really actually love him. I actually have only seen him in Juno. I haven't seen Superbad or Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. God, there's another movie he did. Like, I can't think of the name right now. But I should probably see his other movies because I loved him in Juno and I loved him in Scott Pilgrim, like, whatever. So, tell me what you thought about the movie. If you saw the movie this weekend, tell me what you thought about it. If you don't want to see it, tell me why. You know, just let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.